Dr. Anthony Harper here. Blessed to be with Mr. Mike Lindell. Thank you, Mr. Lindell, for joining me.
Yeah.
We're in the James Brady press room of the White House. So what is the top concern that you have that you'd like to share with us?
Well, the top concern is the same concern. It's always been securing our elections. As you all seen, all these races that got sold, like the AG race in Virginia, is we're done with voting machines again, computers. You guys, this is real. It's happening. Our president's doing everything he can from the top down. We've got great successes. Right now we have Dallas County, Texas, that's going to paper ballots hand counted in the upcoming primary. So there are great successes, but it's a shame as you watch our country getting crumbled because of our election platforms. 132 countries have banned electronic voting machine. And the other thing that I'm here for in D.C., besides that, is I met with the senators, and I was at both the Senate building and the House, and the thing called Arctic frost. You guys can look it up. It takes too much to tell you. Our own government attacking over 100 citizens, 8 senators, I believe, and one company, My Pillow. They went after us, the DOJ, the FBI, the IRS, and 3 other government entities in 2022 with Jack Smith, the Attorney General of the United States, and all of signing off on this to subpoena and attack and destroy My Pillow and anyone else that had a voice for our country.
There's been a real assault on America, and I think about the recent win of this Zohran Mamdani. What is your thoughts about him?
Well, I got to look at it because people are so depressed about it now, and I'm going, God uses all things for good for those who believe, and we got to look at. We don't know why, but I'm telling you, this is like in my home state of Minnesota. It's like the Trojan horse.
Mm-hmm.
We got communists and radical Islam coming in, and it's got to be changed. It's got to be stopped. And maybe in New York, now that they see this, they'll go, hey, we made a little mistake here. And this is and now am I saying, was that race sold? I don't know. That one we don't know, but I will say this. It's pretty bad when you got to take a horrible ex-mayor, and you got to vote for him because you've got something evil coming into this country. That's like we used to have in Minnesota, the mayor of Minneapolis, one of the worst mayors that this country's ever seen. As you know, he let Minneapolis burn to the ground. But they had to we'd rather him win than this but this, these guys come here from a foreign country, and all of a sudden you're going to elect them. It's very bizarre.
Yes, I know there's a big threat. President Trump has addressed this issue about not only Mamdani, but California Governor Newsom and so many others. I've been thinking about Dinesh D'Souza's comment about death of America. He's had several documentaries, but it's really called the Democrat Party of Death.
Well, I disagree about that. When you see the Democrat Party, I've been fighting to secure our elections. I think we're up with something much more evil. They use the Democrat Party, but this is the Uni Party. This is the Uni Party. All the stuff that we've tried to get done to secure our election, we've been blocked more by Uni Party Republicans than Democrats. They use the Democrat. I think even the traditional Democrats are looking, going, "What have we become? What is this craziness become?" And we realize that as we sit with all this media, this horrific media, these journalists that sit here and have brainwashed the public too of what they want to push out. Nobody wants that 5% fringe of and communist socialism coming in, radical Islam, transvestites running around our schools, teaching our children God taken out of the school. In Minneapolis, where I'm from Minnesota, they got the call to Allah and all the buildings ringing out every day, 5 times a day. But yet he shut down, a governor shut down the Christian churches during the China virus. It's disgusting. This stuff's disgusting. This isn't a 60-40 issue. This is 95-5, maybe even more. Nobody wants all this stuff coming into our country and happening to our country. But when you get to That's why our elections are so important. You have to secure elections and get. That's why 132 other countries have banned electronic voting machines. It's that simple. It's that simple. That's what they use to steal countries. Talk to Venezuela. And the last one being Brazil, that was stolen from a country that maybe stole from my president or my good friend President Bolsonaro by Lula, fresh out of prison, crimes against humanity, crimes against his own country, and somehow he wins. And the winner is, it's all machines. Lula, fresh out of prison, 4 years early. And then you have on the bright side, though, everybody, we have like Argentina. Just a couple of years ago, one judge said, "Hey, let's get rid of these machines." They did it 4 months. They freed their country. It can happen with God. All things are possible.
Well, I understand what you said about the real threat is. I've heard the phrase "rhino." It's really that, as you mentioned, Uni Party. It's that melding, and the line has been blurred.
It's a blur line. It's a line of evil. And when I get states like Arkansas that block us, let's see, who's the governor of Syrians? Come on. Why are you blocking us to get rid of these machines and go to paper ballot? Arkansas, Alabama, South Dakota, Louisiana. I could go on and on. Everywhere we move to get to secure our elections and go to paper ballots, they help be blocked by these Uni-Party Republicans. I mean, why are they blocking us? And this is both sides. So you have over here, some people say, "Oh, the establishment." This is deeper than that. I've said for years now and called out 2 Secretary of States, so what I think are one of the most even, crooked ever politicians, and that's Brad Rassenberger, a Republican down in Georgia, and then you have Jenna Griswold, the Democrat in Colorado. And by the way, this Arctic crossing I just told you about goes all the way through Colorado. When everybody knows when the FBI took my phone, I've listed in that Arctic crossing Mike Lindell, Mesa, that's Mesa County, all the way through Colorado with the Tina Peters thing. By the way, you might have heard rumors that she's getting into a federal prison out of that state workshop. We'll see what happens there. But this is the fight we're in. It's a good and evil. This is biblical. This is not, you consider, well, we're going to migrate from New York now. We're going to all move down to Florida. You guys, we're the United States of America. You better be worried no matter where you're at. There's stuff going on.
Well, I understand it. Some more information about the frost. We were talking about the frost.
Yeah, Arctic frost. If you guys look it up, Arctic frost. This was a secret government operation to take out Jack Smith and the Attorney General then 3 years ago to take out these senators. Mike Lindell, Mike Till, and over 90 other. Charlie Kirk was on there. Turning Point USA was on there.
Yes.
Rudy Giuliani was on there. Anyone that basically tries to help save our country or was involved, hey, we got to do something about our elections. It's secure. And then anyone may guess that talked about the 2020 election was probably also included. Hey, there might have been a problem with this guy getting 82 million votes and no one in history.
But we're troublesome that since I saw you last is Charlie Kirk's assassination. Yeah, and I wonder what Charlie Kirk would say about all this Uni-Party.
Well, he'd say the same thing. He knew all that. He was very. I'll tell you, when I'd go to speak stage, when I have my mini stages together, and he would be out there talking about his thing, which he was most important to him, was his faith in Jesus Christ, and to get the word out and evangelize. And he'd be on that stage. I think he's forgotten more. He had forgotten more about the Bible. I'd sit there and learn. I'd be, wow. I mean, it was such an amazing guy and speaker, but he knew that this is a bigger thing than just an election of Democrat, Republican. How good's the economy? How, climate change, blah, blah, blah. No, this is way beyond that. This is historical. This is the biggest revival we've been in for Jesus Christ in history. This is where Charlie was at, up here. It said, overall, this is this is why this great president has been here appointed for such a time as this. I mean, this is, I told him once, I said, with God, all things are possible. And I said, him working for years, sir, you'll get things done better, faster than anyone in history. And he's doing, but everything can be in vain if we don't secure elections.
Yeah. President Trump really made a bold stance about protecting Christians.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what,
really good.
That's what, they'll twist that around. The media will twist it. Well, freedom of religion. Well, of course, but we're also a Christian nation. You can't run over there to their nations and we're gonna change everything here. We're gonna go in and we're not a nation of Sharia law. We're not a nation of like a Minnesota. What they're trying to do there, it's disgusting.
Yes, I understand. It's wonderful to meet you here in this environment. We've had some little bit of time here to discuss these so important issues. So thank you for joining me.
Well, thanks for having me on. You guys can, check out everything we're doing. You guys can go to LindellTV.com, check out everything I'm doing there and everything we're doing, or all my social media. Any social media, I don't care if it's X, Facebook, both of them. Getter, Gab, Truth. Go find my at Rev Mike Lindell or at Mike Lindell, and you can see everything. The most important issues in this country's history is our election platforms.